Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Okar Kadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect, pushing this truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. This is a verse I wanted to talk about divisions. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 17. Now in this that I declare unto you, I praise you not, that ye come together not for the better, but for the worse. For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe it. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat Yahweh's supper, for in eating everyone taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry, and another is drunken. What, have ye not houses to eat and to drink in, or despise ye the church of God, and shame them that have not? What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not. So in the church of Corinthians, Paul's writing a letter. He's saying, he's hearing that there's divisions. And the thing about it is that, there was divisions. He said, I partly believe it, and that's, through his intuition and through the spirit, he could see that there was divisions. And, you had, people who were preaching different doctrines. And that's one thing in this body you can't have is people teaching different bodies. It's like in this body, people teaching different doctrines. Because here we are, we're one part of the body, and we are supposed to be functioning in one unity with one goal. Now, you're going to have people that's going to creep in unawares, but they're going to have different goals. And that's the thing, is that we all trying to work together to reach salvation. Or that should be the goal of everybody that's in, the church, and unfortunately, you do got, niggas in the church. So when you come together, the thing about coming together is, Slacky, that was a phone call. I wanted to edit that out the video. But when you come together, you got to come together for, one purpose. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse, let's see. Verse 10, it says, Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. Now, and the thing about that is that when everybody's teaching, the same thing, and there's no divisions, you gotta have, a greater body. For instance, you had in our church, we had this light-skinned, bald head dude. He was out there teaching, different stuff. One of the things that he was teaching is that first he was teaching about the Samaritan woman at the well. That's one of the main things that he was teaching. He was teaching that he was saying that the 7 guys was he said the 7 husbands was talking about 7 guys or 7 idols and stuff like that. And if you got different people in the body teaching, you can't come together like that. Imagine, you got a body and you got people, some people in there Christians, some people in there atheists. You got some people in that there's, Buddhists. You got all people that's, all different types. You even got some people that don't even believe in Yahweh Shai. So how are you going to be, let's say, a New Testament only, but you don't believe in the Old Testament? Or Old Testament only, you only believe in the New Testament. When you got different bodies like that, and you got, or it's like one body, but everybody's teaching their own doctrine, their own thing. Everybody, it's like, all right, in a corporation. This is why a corporation is wicked, because in a corporation, it's a body of people that own it, as opposed to like you owning one company when it's a person that can pass it down to their family or to their son. A corporation, you can't pass that down to your son. It's a body of people. And when you have a body of people, you might have people that's a lawyer, somebody that's a doctor, somebody that's, dentist, all people coming together and they're running this business. And the thing about it is that, you got different shareholders, and depending on how big of a shareholder, you have more voting power. So let's say you got a company like WWE and Vince McMahon is the majority shareholder. Now it's incorporated. So you got other shareholders, and depending on how big these shareholders are, they hold voting power in it. So they can make decisions, and they might not all have the same agenda. Somebody might be a doctor working for WWE. He might be a shareholder. He says, I want to go over this network. And he might say, I know people over this network and it helped them. And another person who owns shares in the same company might be fighting and say, let's go this direction in this way. So it's a tug of war. Everybody, trying to, work towards different goals. And that's why a lot of times you see companies do stuff that don't make no sense. One person might say, okay, I'm a shareholder, but I'm trying to, make the company fail just so, my rival company, who I also got shares in that company, will better succeed. Or, I want to, make the shares go low so I can buy more shares. Then when the shares go up, I can sell them, or, all types of, stupid, wicked stuff. And, so when you part of this body, everybody got to be working unison, in the same. This is like if you performing, let's say you playing basketball, you performing a sport, everything got to be coordinated for one goal. You trying to make a shot. You can't have your left hand trying to shoot, your right hand want to shoot dice at the same time. That's going to be disorder. It's one body, it's one goal. Reading on, it says, "Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. For it hath been declared unto me of you, my brethren, by them which are of the house of Chloe, that there are contentions among you." Right. And that's another thing that it brings. It brings contention. You got people fighting and arguing and sometimes bickering over little stuff that don't even matter. Verse 12, it says, "Now this I say, that every one of you saith, I am Paul, and I am of Apollos, and I of Cephas, and I of Hamashiach." Verse 13 is, "Hamashiach divided? Was Paul crucified for you? Or were ye baptized in the name of Paul?" So you had some people saying, I'm baptized in the name of Paul. I'm baptized in the name of Cephas. I'm baptized in, we're baptized in Yahweh. Verse 14, "I thank God that I baptized none of you but Crispus and Gaius, lest any should say that I baptized in mine own name." Verse 16, "And I baptized also the household of Stephanus. Beside, I know not whether I baptized any other. For Hamashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel, not with wisdom of words, lest the cross of Hamashiach should be made none effect. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent." So basically, I read a little bit too much, but basically what is that? You're going to have, people in this, and that's the thing, just like in anybody, you're going to have ailments in your body. When the body's young, it's developing. When it gets older, it gets, more strength, when it gets ages, but you're going to get ailments as well. And that's just like this body, you're going to get ailments. Some of the ailments is that divisions, there's so many type of diseases, we can get, but also there's cures for all these diseases. And, when you, and this word is what cures, ailments in this body. You got a problem with your brother, you got, this word, this living water, this bread that'll help. You know, and I want to just basically just end on that note and say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders who were well, peace and salutations, and shalom.